Hello, this is the video for our first discussion for the Math 107 class. I'd like for you to work on this problem. You go to the store, you buy 3 bags of chips for $4 each, 12 packs of Coke for $8 each, and 5 boxes of cookies for $6 each. Write down the calculations you would do to find the total cost. Pause the video if you would while you do that, and when you're finished, restart the video. We will discuss it. Most people are able to calculate the answer to this problem. It's fairly straightforward. Most people grab a calculator, push an answer through real quick, and not even think about what they're doing. The purpose of this exercise, first of all, is to have you think about how you would calculate that. That's very important. Thinking about how you do the math and why is one of the things that makes math useful for you. We're also going to use this idea, or use this story to help us develop the idea of order of operations, which is going to be very important in the first section of my math lab that we are doing. So I wanted you to do that. So that's basically the idea. So what I'm sure most of you did. First of all, you realize you need to multiply 3 times $4 because you are buying 4 packages of cookies, or 3 bags of chips for $4 each. So you pay $4 3 times. And in college math, we use parentheses around the second number and put it right next to the first number to show us that we're multiplying 3 times 4. And second thing you're going to have to do, if you're going to buy 12 packs of Coke, 12 packs of Coke for $8 each, you're going to pay that $8 7 times. So you take the 7 times the 8, and then ultimately you have to take the 5 times the 6. But to answer the question, to find the total cost, then you have to add all those together. So the first thing you do is multiply the individual items by their prices and add them all together. That's going to give you the total cost. Another exercise. Now we're ready to check out. So as we check out, the store has to collect 10% sales tax. So once again, write down all the calculations, including the ones we've just done, because you're going to have to do that first, and then show me how you're going to calculate the total bill. Okay. Restart the video once you have done that. In the second part of the problem, now we have to take that total bill and calculate the tax. But once again, I'm wanting you to write down all of the steps that you do. So the first thing we do, calculate the total amount, multiply it by 0.1 or 10%. And then we have to add that to the original bill. So that's actually the calculation that you should have written down. And it should go something like this. So to calculate the total bill, we're going to take our 3 times our 4 plus our 7 times our 8 plus our 5 times our 6. But we're actually then going to have to take that entire answer and multiply it by 0.1 or 10%. Then we're going to have to add 3 times 4 plus 7 times 8 plus 5 times 6. And you'll notice there it almost looked like a 56 because I wrote the 6 before the parentheses. That's why we write parentheses around numbers, the second number that we're multiplying. And I'm actually going to put parentheses around this whole thing to say do that first. That's the purpose of parentheses. So in order of operations, we do our parentheses first, or we do what's inside the parentheses first. Inside the parentheses, we do the multiplication first. So in our first one, I would have done 3 times 4, 7 times 8, and 5 times 6. And I would have added those answers together because we do multiplication before addition. But in the second one, I would do all of that same calculation. I would take that answer and multiply it by 0.1. So here I have multiplication, but I want to do the addition first. I had to put the parentheses around it in order to know that I was going to do that addition first. So the order of operations, we do parentheses and exponents, which we'll talk about later, multiplication and division, and then lastly we do the addition and subtraction. You may have heard PEMDAS, PEMDAS, parentheses, exponents, multiplication and division, addition and subtraction. But that's the order of operations. It's going to be key to doing your math lab homework this week. So go ahead and do the weekly discussion. And part of that discussion is to kind of explain why we multiply before we add. And then why do we have parentheses which tell us to do something in a different order than we normally would. Parentheses tell us to do what's inside first and then do what's outside. So they're kind of an exception. Give us some thoughts about that in the weekly discussion. Thank you for watching.